Now, earlier I promised jokes. I promised prepared material, didn't I? And some of you were like, "Oh, maybe that will be better. Maybe." So, on the earlier theme of what we were talking about, the US election. For those of you who weren't here, we talked a little bit about it. It was hilarious. It was like, you know, like 90s Izard. It was fantastic. Probably. And yeah, you know, it's a very important election. So we're thinking about it in a very deep sort of way. And I find that the best way to deal with this is through comedy. So I got a bit personal, you know, a bit, not personal, but very kind of fired up and very angry earlier. So now I'm just going to joke it out. It'll be all right, okay? So I guess the main thing is that when considering Illinois Trump, we need to keep him out, and it takes us into a new age where women can do anything if Hillary wins. It'll be I'll be Washington News, and it'll be thank God that Hillary got in, because Trump's a bit of an odd one. He thinks very highly of himself when he's in the voting booth. He's a bit Pennsylvania, and I like to keep my friend. I've got a friend, Derek. He's very interested in politics, but he doesn't necessarily get the news. So it's often very, very helpful to keep Del aware of what's going on. And there we go. It'll be interesting if Trump wins. Is he going to buy a new jersey? Maybe, or maybe, or he's going to wear his old suit. One or the other. Some of you may have some mind where this is going. Some of you may know how many states there are, and there were only 7 in. This is the odd thing about Donald Trump, is he's kind of lost his edge. He's now been banned from Twitter, which is a shame, because he can sass with the best of them. When he was in his heyday, but now he's way behind in the polls, and it's just disappointing. Maybe some of his supporters were put off by his sort of weird cookie-like complexion. Is that he's really the colour of dough. Maryland cookies, no less. I'm being paid by Maryland Cookies to put that joke in. But it's a real shame, because he's just never had a man who's going to sit in the White House. He's been trying so hard for it. You target for it, you target for me. To get where he wants to be. He'll even hit old ladies. He'll really floor a deer if he thinks he's going to get him to where he wants to be. God. And you've got to wonder if his Mrs. Appearing on TV is really going to help. But it gives a. I'm going to go to one of those press conferences, and I'll ask her about his money coming in. I'll say, "Oh, hi-oh, where do you get all those yuan from? Is it Chinese money? And if so, why?" "Oh, Ming vases are very valuable assets in a recession, I guess. So probably best to keep them around." But I've got a bit. Oh yeah. Sometimes your handwriting gets ahead of you. But so I've got I think I've got a bet that his miss or his daughter will probably head out to the Pacific coast for a stiff drink. They'll go west for a gin, yeah? But I'll have to buy it because I owe her. So make mine a soda. Or I guess, if they get really ashamed of it, they could run to Canada, go north to go to the tower in Toronto. Oh, no, that one's gone bankrupt. He'll have to he'll have to open a New Mexico tower, or over the other side of the wall, and then go south to go to that. I suppose it could go out. It could go east to India, and I'd hope that joke had got a better laugh. But it's a bit of an odd wife, Melania. She looks a bit like a Barbie. It's just a shame that he doesn't look like a Ken to keep the that image up. A real good brand awareness. Maybe they could be sponsored by Mattel. But with all these other things to consider on his horizon, Arizona. It's some of these are harder to really jimmy in there than others. It's just a very odd election, isn't it? Where was I up to? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, okay. But maybe these kind of people like Trump have been around for ages. He's just a new version of a snake oil salesman. He looks like a horse I rode. I'll land into a glue factory. The Venezuelans might take sympathy, but District of Colombians, well, probably won't take it. Not a state, but part of the election. It's been, because it's been a weird election. It feels like it feels like a con. It's cut really to the heart of the issues that matter. But you could pay for a better election. I'd give a Tennessee a better election, but you've just got to deal with the hand you dealt, I suppose. There have been some really shady people in these primaries as well. Some real vermin to set out to sort out of the system first. But maybe we could just rejuvenate the meat industry to really sort them out. New ham surely would work. But I can sort it out. Right? Send that weird orange guy up a mountain, yeah? Up a mountain, yeah? And Hillary's underwear, you're going to take that away. No previous president had them, so no bras, can't have them. Yeah, you think that's... Oh, yeah. I can see the rest of them. But... what the fuck does that even say? Oh, that was it, yeah. But when, there were a few minutes where Donald Trump was ahead in the polls, and she must have gone mad to see those numbers in there, because it's just crazy. I'll tell you what, we'll buy Trump some loads of model trains, right? We'll Massachusetts, and send all of his support away. We'll send the Yokel-Ohms, yeah? We'll send the Yokel-Ohms, yeah? And we can send those people. Away, and where they came from, and maybe get them worship King George again. There we go. But if he does get the top job, I'll be fleeing. There'll be people fleeing. Canada, Mexico. They'll be going north or south, Carolina. Just to get away from the United States. Oh dear. I'm starting to lose the yeah. Alabama the rest of these puns out, and Alabama the rest of these puns out, and this is a tough one. And you can call it for a new MC. so let's start this gig fresh. Yeah? Let's get someone New York kind of comedian on. Yeah? 51 puns for 51 states. Well, 50 states in the District of Columbia. There we go. It's the kind of applause that says, "Thank God it's over." Okay. What do you think? Yeah, good. Yeah. No? Yeah. There's a kind of a grimace from some of you. A kind of like what if you know what you... It's just like when a dog shits on a carpet. Like, you know what you did. I know that you know what you did. You sit... I watched you. Just sit there, not like a cat, I guess, just going, oh yes? I'm going to shit all over your carpet. So with that in mind, and the room steadily warmed up, are you ready for your next act?